Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. Good morning. Welcome to What If Wednesday. Trying out some new music on the new software. So we're going to do What If Wednesday. Whoever you are, shout out in the comments. I only got one person in here. So good morning. I'm going to turn that music down a little bit. Oh, all right. Let me know what you think about the music. If you're tuning in from Facebook, make sure that you register so I can see who you are when you comment. All right, so I figured today for What If Wednesday. Good morning, Mel. What If Wednesday, since there's all this talk about energy and oil and solar and all kinds of things that power our world, we're going to do a little bit about what if we did this? What if we did this? So I had some questions and I actually did some research on this and kind of came up empty. My question was, if, say, we abandon the oil industry altogether and we just don't pump oil at all, what would happen to the oil underground? So a couple of articles that I read said that the oil eventually would, it would degrade. It wouldn't have an environmental impact if we just left it alone. The environmental impact when we bring it out of the ground, like we all get that whole thing. But, variously articles said if we prevented, I hate to say the harvesting of oil, but the pumping of oil, if we prevented that, like if we just turned all the spouts off today, we would have an economic collapse. So the goal of being net zero for the United States is concerning, because if it would have that kind of a worldwide impact, then why are we doing it here? So it's just a little bit confusing to me. And I know that there are 9,000 permits that aren't being used right now in the United States, but I think this is going to be kind of interesting. So let's start. And if you have what if questions about energy, pop them in the comments. I will answer them. I got a little bit of time. I got to start my other job at 8:30, so we're going to go fast. So what if, let's start with the obvious. What if we turned on that Keystone pipeline? What if we tapped back into that resource? How would that impact the United States in terms of the economy? Okay, we're not going to talk about in terms of the environment just yet. In terms of the economy, Keystone Pipeline, how would it affect the United States economy? I'm actually going to turn this music down. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the music. We'll go down just a little bit more. I think that makes it go away. Maybe just a little bit less. Okay, there we go. We have just a little bit in the background. There we go. All right, so Keystone Pipeline, how will that affect the United States economy? Let's see what we got. I hope you're all having a great start to your day or your afternoon or whatever is happening. I'm not making it up, guys. I'm not making it up. Keystone Pipeline, we turn that sucker back on. Happy days are here again, and we're gonna make some money, and it's gonna be a real good start to things. It's gonna be happy days again. I did totally say that. But honestly, that's what I'm seeing here. So those of you that read cards know that these are two of the best cards in the deck. Is my camera moving or is it me? These are two of the best cards in the deck. And this is New Beginnings, Starting Foundations with Money. And this is also, creating a platform for new finances coming in. So that's kind of interesting. If we reopen the Keystone Pipeline, how will it affect the environment? Let's take a look at that. Everybody, thanks for joining in. This is for entertainment purposes only. So opening that Keystone Pipeline, how is that going to affect the environment? How is that going to affect our environment? I'm going to try and shuffle faster today, guys. Tap in to that energy. Energy reading on energy. All right, so how it's going to affect the environment is really, this is kind of like same old, same old. Like we're hearing the same story again. Like it's going to be detrimental. It's going to make people angry. Of course, people aren't going to, always the swords. Oh, thank you for liking and subscribing. Varying Redbeard. Thank you so much. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So my little channel, it's like just a little baby channel. I just started this in September. But the swords make it a very difficult endeavor because there's going to be some resistance. There's going to be a lot of talking about this. I'm not seeing that it's going to, like, it's very mental. I'm not saying if we had pentacles here, this would be a more like physical environmental impact. This is going to have impact on the conversation and on the debates that surround it. So that's really what's going to happen. We have people really, really digging down and doubling down on their belief structures that it's going to be impactful environmentally, physically. They're going to have a lot to say, but it looks like the conversation will get shut down, and they're just going to keep, the people that are in favor of keeping the pipeline shut down and keeping things as they are now are going to be very, very frustrated with the process, and they will not be able to see the economic benefit of it. So that is very interesting. How would I know I said we're working fast today, but is the Keystone the one that went to Canada? I know it's really early in the morning for me. All right, hang on. Blah, 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 blah. This is the one that's connected to Canada. Okay. So I know I looked up a bunch of pipelines. So like harder. Thank you, Varying Redbeard. Good morning from Great Britain, Lady of the Lake. So, let me know in the comments if you want me to do What If Wednesdays on the reg. I'll schedule it. So we'll have like a live What If Wednesday for the morning. I could probably get up a little bit earlier for my folks there in Great Britain. So how is if we turn the Keystone back on, how is that going to affect Canada's economy? How will that affect Canada's economy? See how that works. Bang, bang, bang. Beneficial to Canada as well. They're going to have some trouble with the messaging on this. Again, we have the swords because that's our messaging and talking about the situation, and we're not finding the balance between the opposing conversations that we have about this. I'm going to take my glasses off. I very rarely don't wear my glasses, so I'm going to take them off. And I think Trudeau will have some issues with this. Here, we're going to wiggle this out. Yes to What If Wednesdays. I love What If Wednesdays. For today, if we run out of questions, I don't have to stick with energy, but I think energy is a key point right now. So I think Trudeau will have some difficulty with this, but it does look beneficial financially to them. Environmentally, how is this going to affect Canada? Canada. How will this? Trudeau is jumping into my head. Please get out. Or say, please get out. So, how is Keystone? If we turn the keys, what if we turn Keystone back on? How will it affect Canada? What if? I gotta keep freezing my questions as what if. How is it going to affect the environment? So again, it's conversation and thought here. Like the Hermit is a thought card. Like this is someone who is in deep contemplation, discussing things. This is arguing that's over. The World card is the end of the cycle, the end of what is happening. And people are not going to be happy. There's going to be a lot of unhappy people about it. So they're not going to um they're not going to love the idea, but at the end of it they're going to see that there is some resource benefit to it and that there is some economic benefit to it. So what and I got to pull this. What if Biden does turn 40 46, let's call him 46. What if 46 does turn that back on? How's it going to affect him politically? I didn't roll my eyes. I did not roll my eyes. I didn't roll my How is it going to affect him politically? How will it affect him politically? What if? And strange phenomenon, I just want to let you guys know, I'm having trouble reading him of late. So I don't know what's going on with that. So revealed things will be brought to light. We'll start to see some of the more questionable decisions made around this. You're right. Here's the deal. This varying Redbeard. Here's the deal. So some of the more mysterious things are going to come to light. Some of the more questionable decisions that he made, we're going to find out more about them. But he will be seen as a more astute leader. He'll be seen more as a person who understands the economy and the environment at the same time. He will, by his core followers, he's going to be seen as very, very foolish, and this is dumb, and they're going to feel very betrayed. I don't know how many of them are left, and it will make a change. So, what if we turn the Keystone back on? How is it going to affect Justin Trudeau's political career? Since it's kind of the hand fasting ritual between our two nations. Oh. Yeah, Justin Trudeau, if it gets turned back on, there's something about it that sorry about that. Wiggle that camera. There's something about a boot that if it gets turned back on, it's going to be disruptive to his career. I think he won't have the same measured approach that Joe Biden would. That he wouldn't demonstrate more of a even-handedness in terms to in terms of how he's going to present it. Like it's almost like if it got turned back on, he would be really negative about it, even though initially I believe Canada was pretty angry about Abood not being able to deliver that oil to us. So and the impact economically, I think they were, but I'm not sure. So sound off in the comments. What made them turn it off originally? I think it was Joe Biden pulled the permit on it right after he got into office. That was what happened. So for those of you that don't know, it's a conduit of oil that runs from Alberta, I think to not Texas. I think it's like Louisiana, but it's oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yeah, that might be true. So currently, there are a number of leaders. Boris Johnson, I believe, is in trying to have a conversation with Saudi Arabia as well, have them turn up the heat a little bit in terms of production. Our government is here in the United States is trying to talk to Iran. Apparently, Saudi Arabia will not even enter into a conversation with Joe Biden because he is having conversations with Iran. They are they have opposing views. Let's put it that way. So what if Joe Biden can get OPEC to dial up production? What will happen? Clown world. So if we do get them to turn up the production, it's going to be a move backward for us. This isn't going to be a progressive move. This is like I'm old, so like this, all of a sudden I'm transported back to the 70s. I remember waiting on those gas lines in the backseat of my mother's car. It's going backward in time. It's going to enrich the former parties that were enriched in the 70s. So let me just pull some of these. There's a lot of shady stuff going on here. There's more to this OPEC deal than what we're being told. It's not us just asking them to turn it up. There's quid pro quo somewhere in there. So we're going to enrich them. Now, the strength card, you always have to watch out for the strength card. So like, a lot of people get the strength card. And when movies were good, you are dang right, Bearing Red Beard. Smokey and the Bandit. Smokey and the Bandit. And one of my favorites, Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run is still like one of my favorite movies. The 70s were great. Yeah, it's so sad. My kids are like, oh, it was so weird that. But the strength card, when people get the strength card, they usually get excited in their own private readings. And what happens is this really is a warning to my nose is itchy. I'm gonna get into a fight. This is a warning to always understand that a lion is always a lion, or snake is always a snake. There's that fable about a man who finds an injured snake. He brings it home. He nurses it back to health. And when the snake feels well, he bites him. And he goes, why did you bite me? I did all these wonderful things for you. I brought you back to life. And he goes, well, I'm a snake. This is a warning that a snake is always a snake. You always have to watch out for who you're getting into bed with, and what their intentions are, and know what they are. So, chicken in a basket. Chicken in a biscuit, you mean? Chicken in a biscuit. They still make those crackers, just so you know. and justice, we're going to get what we deserve if we make this deal, if the United States makes this deal. We're going to get what we deserve, um, which is really disturbing. Um, so I thought I had a question in the comment. Let me look. Let me look. I could do the truffle shuffle, but I'm not doing that on a live. What made them turn it off? I thought I had a question in there. Did the gold standard die in the 70s? Oh, let's take a look at that. Oh, good, Mel. I teach tarot as well. I got away from it over the last few months. I was going to start a new class in February, but there's a bunch of stuff going on at my day job, so I really want to make sure that I give my all. But I'm working on a digital product and a tarot book, like just a digital book, because I do have a little bit of a different way of teaching. Not that the world needs another tarot book. I think the digital product, the videos will be better because you just drop in. But I have a file called Taste of Tarot on here, and you can get little lessons. Sorry, I'm getting notices that people are having birthdays on Facebook. So happy birthdays, anyone on Facebook. So let's see. Did the gold standard die in the 70s? Oh, so much gaslighting. So much gaslighting. So there definitely was a shift. I don't see that it absolutely died. I see that it was dying, but it was being replaced by something else. Okay. So we've got, moving away. They had already decided that they needed to move away from that and have something a little bit different. The Seven of Cups is a lot of choices, being dazzled by choices. That's the traditional meaning of it. But I do follow Tara by Andy, and she always calls this her gaslighting card. So I said, let's kind of try that on for size. And it does fit as gaslighting a lot of the time. So in this situation, what we've got another like kind of daydreamer card here. This is looking to other means, seeing outside the box, beyond the box, checking for other solutions that are maybe not traditional. So the gaslighting is kind of hiding the fact that it's not working, or maybe the system was failing to some extent, and then looking for other alternative means and processes. That's really the best way to do it. But it was a very, very difficult undertaking. I'm really getting the sense of that the whole, and I'm going to say nitro whiskey Oscar. I'm getting the sense of that's where all of this really started to try and make some rearrangements. And it almost feels like the 80s were a gift. The boon of the 80s were a gift to us. They kind of engineered that. And then they had to look back and see what worked and what didn't work. So this got very interesting. So we're getting off the what ifs and getting into the what. Let's go to the 80s. Let's see what the 80s have to tell us. GS, gold standard, 80s. Trying to wrangle that economy, trying to be smart about it, not celebrating. It wasn't doing what they wanted it to do. And the things that they were hiding were not hidden well. There were some stumbles here. I think what happened in the 90s, the continued, I think they expected the 80s to up, and then crash really hard. And the 90s still remained a little bit prosperous, more prosperous than they wanted. So I had to go back to the drawing table and recraft. They had to fix something that they had done. This, I think, is where we start to get the concept of the cryptocurrency that we're seeing now. I think that really is the replacement. That's the alternate plan they have here. But they have to, it's almost like they have to be cruel to be kind. Like they're going to crash that. Now, is this going to benefit any of us? The tinkering games that, and I'm talking about the regular plebes like you and me. 2008 was tough. 2008 was awful. Oh, Varying Redbeard, I'm sorry. I see your 2008. I actually, I had a pretty significant financial blow myself because I sold a farm at a tremendous loss. Us plebes. Let's see if this is going to work. There's going to be struggle. Oh, no. All right. So the whole system has to crash. We're all going to empty our pockets for a little bit. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see that, but there will be a rebuild after it. And so I think it's going to be scary for a little bit. I think we're going to be a bit more shocked than we would like to be, but I think there's a rebuild after that. Getting a solid 2022 in my head. 23, 24. Next 3 years. Let's take a look. Economy. Next 3 years. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right, so this year, next year, 22, 23, 24. Okay. So 22. Yeah, I'm thinking hard when my hair goes behind my ears. Please like, share, and subscribe the video, guys, so that I can get some more algorithms, get some more subscribers on here, trying to get to 1,000. So this year we've got this presentation of we're trying to help out, but the leadership is poor. It's not really great. The messaging that's going there is not really great. I feel like we are going to see, I hate to say it, but like more spending, more stimulus. I feel like there may be more stimulus coming up. Good morning, Kat. I don't know if that is a good thing. But I feel like there's going to be something that they're handing out to us. I'm not sure what it is. And this is like US economy. I think I kind of focused in on US. Next year, they're going to try and reinvent the wheel. It's not going to work. And we're going to have things come to the surface. We're going to have revelations where we see where things went wrong. Okay. 2024, we're all going to be tightening our belts, but we're going to be coming out of it and trying to reestablish by the end of that. Let's do 2025. What's going to happen in 2025? All right. So 2025, we're going to have a breakaway, and we're going to find out what things were under the surface. We're going to find out what's going on behind the scenes. And then we've got this dude. Those of you that follow me, you know who this comes up as. It's usually 45. So we got this dude. So let's take a look at 45 real quick. Let's say, and I think I've done this before. What if 45 won the election? What if 45 won the election? Where would we be now? What if 45 won the election? So there would have been continued drama, but there would have been prosperity. There would have been no, I hear you. I don't know. And I agree. I agree. There's definitely something amiss, but we would have had continued prosperity, and then we would have had new beginnings. But this would have been like an endless battle for him, endless battle of you know, I don't want to say propaganda, but an endless battle of conflict within the government. So within mainstream entities and that sort of thing. So we definitely would have been prosperous though, and it would have been good care and keeping. So I got just a few more minutes. Lady of the Lake 45 was the 45th president of the United States. So I call him 45 because sometimes videos get popped if you say his actual name. So, any questions in the comments? I am taking what if questions. We're doing what if. We were focused on that's Paco Demi. We were doing what if questions on the energy resource. Actually, while you guys formulate some questions, because I do have to pop off 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes. Let's do what if the Ukraine cannot plant their fields? Right now, I don't know if you guys know this, Ukraine, sorry, not the Ukraine. Ukraine should be prepping their fields now, should be prepping for planting. They are not because they are at war. So what is going to happen to the resources? What if they can't prep their fields? What if Ukraine cannot prep their fields? They are the breadbasket of Europe. Those of you that are European know that. What if? Yeah, Mel, they should be planting next month, is my understanding. Or it might even not be next month. It may be like now they should be planting. What if Ukraine cannot prep their fields? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? What is going to happen? So here we have the breadbasket itself. Okay, this is the land of plenty and under Stark control. Not like the Starks from Game of Thrones. That's them under control. They're actually trying to do it right now. They're trying to make things happen. They're trying to figure out how it's going to happen. Doesn't look like it's going to, but there may be a mad dash shortly. We may have a mad dash. Mad dash to production. So this is kind of weird. I'm getting the sense that Putin may actually, that may be part of his plan. Again, not a Putin sympathizer. I'm saying it right now. Or a Putin promoter, or whatever they're calling people that think Putin's great. It feels like he is going to jump into those two provinces and try to get production going. It looks like he's trying to get things settled down in certain areas so that he can get in there and get production going. And it definitely feels like there are some groups that he's got in there specifically for those purposes to get in there and start producing. That's weird. So he's definitely trying to express and present the value of this. We may hear more about this. Okay, we may hear more about him moving some. You know what it feels like. All right, this is what it feels like. Okay, so we're in one of the provinces. It feels like there's peace spreading from the inside, and they're going to create like a boundary. I'm sorry, I hit my microphone. It feels like they're going to create a boundary, and then they're going to go into business as usual on the inside. It just feels like they're going to do that. So that is kind of an interesting approach. Now, listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to jump off. It is 8:30. I got to go to my other job. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for sharing, and subscribing. I'll set a plan for every week. We'll do a What If Wednesday. And I'm just going to show you guys, you've heard her bark before, but there's our girl Raven. It was her birthday yesterday. She is 7 years old. So everybody sound off. Happy birthday, Raven. She's usually here when I'm doing readings. Right now she's having a snooze. But so that's what I think's going on. So smash that like on your way out. That's right, Marion Redbeard. Thank you so much. Y'all can support my channel at Venmo too if you'd like. The ticker's got my information on there. But everybody go have a great day. And we're going to be celebrating Raven's birthday today because we didn't get to celebrate yesterday. Yeah, she didn't actually party at all. She had a really lame birthday. She actually has a Valley Girl, sorority girl accent. But she is our crazy border collie. She's usually participating in my readings. She's pretty funny, but she's always here right next to me. So everybody have a fantastic day. And I hope you get skinny and have a wacky, wild Wednesday. I will definitely see you later. And don't forget about Friday, 7 o'clock East Coast time, 4 o'clock West Coast time. Alicia and I do our dueling tarots. I don't know what we're going to have up our sleeve this week. I am going to host this week, so it should be pretty fun. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for being here.